The Vatican has a secret book, and it says 2027 is the end of all of mankind. Hey guys, I've been thinking a lot about the state of the entire world right now. It seems as if people are putting their trust in people that have traumatized them in the past. And I think there's a large satanic spiritual trauma bond that's going on that we're seeing right now. You know, we have people who years ago we knew they were wicked, we knew they were evil. But all the world has to do, all the higher ups have to do, is place those wicked people near people that people trust. And that trust for the one individual will smear off onto the wicked individual. So we have a lot of people who are playing a part. But these that are playing a part are winning the hearts of Christians everywhere. And it's just so dangerous. I saw a meme with all these Christian sheep going off a giant hill, a cliff. And if that's not what we're seeing right now, if that's not what I'm seeing right now, and I think that Christianity is in danger. I think that Christians are in danger. I think that any person who puts their trust in something other than Jesus is in danger. It's hard to tell them. It's hard to wake them up. It's hard for them to get them to acknowledge it. Even, you know, when you take a victim who is bonded by trauma to their victimizer, right, and you try to show them, they will get extremely angry. And I'm seeing the same reaction. You know, there was some stuff that happened a few years ago, and the brain chemistry of humanity has been changed in a really, really, really bad way. And I think that's partially how the trauma bond started. Because something happened to humanity and to humans. And when this happened, it put them in a state of fear. And so if you've been altered in a terrible way, what are you going to do? If your whole life is in danger, well, you're going to trust the one that did it to you that way, because they're the only one that could supposedly fix it, if you get what I'm saying. And so these people are quite literally going off of cliffs right now. And my goodness, I'm flabbergasted, to say the very least. I'm flabbergasted. These people can be straight up wicked right in front of you, and they just don't see it. Let me show you guys some life-changing things. D3. You need to be taking D3 because what happened to the sun? The sun's different. And people notice that, and you're not getting as much, if any at all, nutrition from that. But what else is good is D3K2. This little trace is like 10 drops. This right here is very, very good. It's good for your heart, it's good for immunity, it's good for your bones. Ashwagandha is amazing for what it says, stress support. You know, why take all that bullcrap? Mushroom complex, amazing for your heart. Why get on the heart? You know, we're living in an end time scenario that most people just aren't aware of. You know, and there's a great deception on the horizon, and many people can see it, but many cannot see it. You know, the Bible said that if it's possible, that the very elect will be deceived. I've seen a lot of people fall off the deep end this last year, putting their hope in something that's not Jesus. There's many lying wonders happening in the sky, on the TV, all places, and all it's for is to deceive. You know, we look at the rulers of this world, and they all keep the same exact secrets. They are in lockstep with each other. Is it possible that lockstep over that topic, is it possible that that's the topic which has to do with the great deceiving of the world? Because we know, a lot of people know what we live on at this point. Many don't still, you know. And it's funny because with Nasha and Aleister Crowley and Von Braun and all these people, it went back to, I believe it was Copernicus. And when Copernicus came out with his pseudoscience, you know, Martin Luther was heavily against him. heavily against him. He said it was the spirit of antichrist making up these outrageous lies, because everything in the Bible is completely changed at this point. Not our actual Bible, but the words that people use to explain them. For instance, it says that the world's made in 6 days, and people say no, that's 6,000 years. But it says in the day and the night were the first day, being one singular day. Cooper. The Bible says that even the very elect could be deceived, if possible. If possible. People read it and say it's not possible. But if possible, right? What's that possibility? Are we going to be wicked, follow the wicked, try to get along and be a part of the wicked? Or are we going to be in the world and not be of the world? Because right now people are scared to talk. People aren't scared to say Jesus that much anymore. And the reason is because Christianity has become a fad. Christianity is a fad, and people are using Christianity for popularity. But still they want to fit in with the world. They want to do the things of the world. So is it possible that those people shall be deceived as they were deceived before? I deeply worry about the state of humanity, especially right now. There was just, I think it was AI or something similar came out. Oh, also the Vatican has a secret book, and it came out, and it said 2027 is the end of all of mankind, or at least as we know it. And that's what it said. And it don't matter what date system you use, they all pop out to be the same number. Whether you believe we're entering the 7th millennium on the 7th day he rested, whether you believe 1776 in a season, 250 years equals 2025 or 26 and 27. At all measure, it's all the same exact date. And I'm not saying the exact day or the month, but I'm saying the times, the signs are there. I think the biggest part in this great deception that we're seeing, I think it's that Christians are scared to lose their life, and they're scared to leave this earth. We hear every day, we're in a golden age. Everything's about to be better. Everything's about to get good. Everything is going to be great. That's the opposite of the Bible. If you believe all these things and you have a certain narrative of eschatology and you see these things happening and you think everything's going to be great in a golden age, that's never biblically prophesied. The only golden age there would be is a millennial reign of Christ for 1,000 years where Jesus' government is established upon the earth. And also the new heaven and the new earth when there's no more curse, no more pain, no more tears. So they want to believe that there's this new golden age coming where everyone's going to be rich, they're going to be wealthy, they have crypto, they're going to get money from the government. This is a very, very strong movement right now. And Christians are buying it and thinking that, hey, everything's about to be good. How could it be worse? How could that be worse when we're entering a stage of life where it's going to be traumatically terrible? Just the ultimate deception, persecution. To think it's going to be good, what's going to happen to the people who thought we were in the golden age? Everyone's working every day to make their life, to store up money, to store up riches on earth. Just in James 5, he said, y'all are basically ignorant. What are y'all doing? You're storing up all these treasures of gold and silver, and your life is about to end. And that's exactly what we're in right now. It doesn't matter what way you look at it. If you're a Christian, you do see the end. You see it clearly. And you see all these Christians being fooled, being tricked. All they gotta do again is place someone beside someone else, and all of a sudden that person gains all of their trust. At what point do we say, enough is enough? You're saying this, but you're doing that. You're walking this way, but you're doing that. At what point do we say, wait a minute, these people are not walking in righteousness as they claim. These people are not lovers of God like they claim. Jesus says, if you love me, you'll obey my commandments. His commandments. You want a good list of his commandments? Because he's not necessarily talking about the 10 commandments, although he somewhat is. What he's talking about is every commandment that proceeded out of his mouth. The Sermon on the Mount, Matthew 5 through 7. Bless those that persecute you. Not go after them, not attack them, not ridicule them, not slam them. Bless them that persecute you. And there's a whole bunch of virtues that go into obeying Jesus. The Bible says, by their fruits you shall know them. By their fruits. We know there's different stages of a Christian's life where he acts a certain way and gets sanctified and acts a different way and gets sanctified and acts an even different way to be more of an alien to the world. But we also can tell that some people are just playing a part. They're screwing with you. They're trying to get your trust. And we have a whole bunch of what you can call controlled opposition. The script has gotten so deep. I mean, this script is magnificent because they have controlled opposition for every single layer, every lie, every bit of deceit. There's a layer for that. So there's people who, even if, they think that everything's all figured out, they're still layered in by some kind of deception. Even getting close to the bottom of the rabbit hole, you say, oh, aliens are just Project BB, right? Well, the news is telling us they're Project BB. Greer is telling us there's aliens coming in as Project BB. They're all saying it's Project BB, so maybe it's something spiritual. Maybe it's something real. Maybe it's something interdimensional that can touch you, that can hurt you. Ask yourself this right here. If the devil was on this earth, what would he do to deceive people? The devil, Satan, Lucifer, if he was on this earth right now, what would he do to deceive people? What would he say? What would he look like? Where would he be? He wouldn't have giant red horns, a giant tail, a pitchfork. He would blend in. Never in the Bible does he appear as some wicked, ugly, demonic thing, but rather an angel of light, in disguise. And in all honesty, all the devil would have to do to trick most of humankind is to give them a cookie. A cookie. $100. Something so simple. That alone would earn the trust of most of the people. How do I know? Because that already happened. I'm watching that happen right now. So make sure that you are self-evaluating your life, your relationship with Jesus, where your trust is. Is your trust in your bank account? Is your trust in a politician? Is your trust in a country? Because all those things can burn and evaporate immediately. But if you're trusted in Jesus, if your time goes to Jesus, if everything in your body goes to Jesus, then you will be okay. There's a rude awakening, and it's coming so quickly.